Dude.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'll be doing another tutorial and I'll be showing you how to do an overlay for your stream on Twitch, and today I'll be using Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, I recommend you highly get this program. It is amazing. It'll do everything you need, down to images, GIFs, anything. This is the program I use and I suggest you highly get it. So we're going to start off, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your OBS and you're going to go to the settings page. You're going to go into video and you're going to see what your resolution downscale is, because that is what you're going to be projecting your image as, and that's basically your pixel ratio for your image. So mine is 1280 by 720. So we're going to go into Photoshop, we're going to go new, and we're going to change these dimensions right here. We're going to change the width to 1280 height by 720. And you're going to get this image right here. So what I like to do first is I like to hit Control R, and you're going to pop up this ruler on the sides and on the top. And what I like to do is I like to just drag, oops, sorry about that. I like to just drag this down and try to find the middle of the page. I don't know where it is. Hopefully it's like this. That looks pretty good. We're going to grab the side over here. We're going to drag that over, find the middle over here. That looks pretty good too. Okay, boom, we got that. We got the middle, and that's really going to help us out when designing our overlay. So today I'm going to be doing something simple, nothing really intricate, but you can go as far as you want and do as much as you want. But just remember, the game you're playing, you don't want to cover too much of the screen, because then you're going to be covering up stuff that people want to see. So we have a background image right here on the side, and that's just a white background image. It's locked, which means you can't do anything to it yet. So if you want to do, you're just going to double click that. You're going to hit OK. Boom, unlocked. Now we can get rid of this image. We can delete it. We can make it an image, but I'm just going to delete it. Can't for some reason, whatever. Can't I delete this? Whatever. We'll have to right click then. Doesn't matter. Okay, create a new image then. Then we're going to delete this. There we go. Okay. So now we got this image. Our background, we got nothing. And it's just a blank canvas. We could do whatever we want. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I like to use the pen tool. So let's zoom in a little bit here. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to start off the screen, because if you go on the screen and you mess up, and you don't get properly right on the edge, then your game will come right through the image, and you don't want that. So I usually just go off the screen, something like this. And what are we going to do? We're going to go off the screen, and you're going to hold Shift, because Shift, when you're doing the next point in your pen tool, it's going to create just a straight line, and that's exactly what we need. So we're going to hold Shift, we're going to click, boom, straight line, perfect. Maybe a little farther, something like this, maybe. Pretty good. We're going to do maybe another angle, something like this. We're going to right across the screen. Boom. Love it. Down, back, and we're going to reconnect it. Okay, so now we have this block at the bottom of our screen. It's just a line, an outline. Very simple. And now what we're going to do is we're going to choose a color. So for me, I'm going to choose black. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to right click, I'm going to fill path. Color. We're going to use a black and red for today. We're going to use black. Boom, okay, sorry. Boom, filled. Right click again, delete path. Now we're left with just the black image that we've created on our background. Nothing beyond it, and that's perfect. That's exactly where we want to start off. So you got this black image, and it seems very plain. There's nothing to it. So what I like to do first is I like to right click on layer 1 on the side here, blending options, and we're going to go to stroke. Now what stroke does is it leaves an outline over that image. So right now you can't see anything because it's a black color, but we're going to change that to red. You have a little red image there, and you could change the size to as thick as you want or as thin as you want, whatever you like. whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm gonna leave it probably around a 2 or 3. 3 looks pretty good. Maybe even drop the opacity a little bit. You know what? We're gonna leave it at 100. And that's pretty good. I like that so far. Boom. Okay. So that's perfect right now. Plain though, and I don't like plain. I like to make it something a little more intricate and appealing to the eye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get something like a black cat right here. So what I like to do is I like to go to Google, type an image in, do a clip art, because clip art usually has no background, so it's easy to extract the image. And we're gonna find something like this. Looks pretty good. Right click, we're gonna copy image. We're gonna go back to our Photoshop. We're gonna go new. We're just gonna hit OK. And what happens is when you copy an image and you go to Photoshop, you do a new thing, it usually just copies that exact, image perfectly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just use this tool right here. Looks like a star tool, and it has a bunch of them, 2 of them here. We're gonna use the magic wand tool. We're just gonna click the white, and what that does is it selects only white pixels. So right now what we should be left with if we hit delete is just the black cat. Select the layer, boom, delete. For some reason not working because the background image, I forgot about that, sorry. I'm gonna have to make that an image. We're gonna have to delete that. Now we're only left with just the black cat. Sorry about that. So our next thing is we're gonna have to use this image on our first image. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click layer 1 and we're gonna duplicate layer. But our destination is gonna be the first one we did, so untitled 1. Hit OK. So now what that should do is it should copy that black cat to this image just like I thought it would. And we're gonna place this somewhere. First, we're gonna have to make it smaller because it's ridiculous size. That looks pretty good, Appealing to the eyes, not covering too much of the screen. That's exactly what we want. Okay. Now we got our logo, for example. Let's just say the cat is our logo. But this black image behind the cat is a little dark. And I kind of don't like that. There's no texture involved. There's just plain black. So what I like to do is I like to go back to Google. And I like to just go up here and just type in, black textures of some sort. And see what they have to offer. So you're looking for something that would be, anything I like here. Maybe this one. This one. This one looks kind of cool. Let's just use this. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We're just trying to find something. Something that we could use. We're going to use this pen tool again. We're going to get rid of this because it's layer 0 because it's delete. Oh, it's deleted. Sorry. Bad. Okay. We're going to copy this image, this black patterned image, duplicate, back to untitled 1. This. Okay. And we're just going to make this bigger. We're gonna hold shift though. When we like to move the dimensions of this image, I like to hold shift because what happens if you don't hold shift, you can basically stretch this and distort it. But if you hold shift, it holds it perfectly. So you can't distort the image. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this almost the entire screen. I'm gonna do the whole that. We're going to hit this tool right here. We're going to hit applied. Boom. Now, you're saying, oh my God, it's covering the whole screen. What do I do? No problem. This is very simple. We're going to right click layer 3. This is our image of the pattern. We're going to right click. We're going to hit create a clipping mask. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a clipping mask just on the image below it. So right now, it's above the cat. So you see the cat has changed the image. But we're going to move that down to layer 1. All right, we're going to have to And boom. Now it's just on the black layer. That's exactly what we want it to do. I kind of like that. That's very simple yet appealing. It's not too hard on the eyes. It's got some texture. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this black layer to something else. We're gonna change it to, I don't know, maybe a I don't know. Let's do like a blue. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the image is. We're gonna use the paint can tool. We're gonna do this. Right. Okay. So now it's blue. Clipping mask is applied, but you can't see the blue. But that's no problem. We're gonna go up to here. Still on the right side of our image. And you see where it says normal? We're gonna click that. And you're gonna get a bunch of these options here. And what these are blending options. So I kind of like to use lighten. But for this one, it's not working. That's fine. And what we could do is if we click one randomly and you use the arrow keys, you can move up and down, and you can watch the image change slowly. So you can see it. So right now, it's on color burn. Disgusting. I don't like that. We're just gonna keep moving down till we see something we like. That's kind of cool. Kind of like that one. That's kind of cool. But it's too blue. We're going to right click this. We're going to go blending options. This is just the blue layer now. And we're going to do something. We're going to add some inner shadow maybe. Size of it. I don't know. Kind of like that. That looks pretty good. Boom. Just change the size. So what the size does is now it's expanding the shadow over the image. We have a stroke applied. We have an inner shadow. I really like that. I think that's really good. We got the black cat off to the side, but you know what? We can actually move this black cat because I feel like it's too much. Perfect right there. Okay. All right. You know what? This is looking pretty good. Pretty. Okay. So we have our logo. We have a simple overlay, no background. We have our middles. This is perfect. This is exactly where we want to be. Remember, guys, you could do whatever you want. You could change the design too. Like if you don't like this simple overlay image right here, you know, you grab your pen tool. You can add to it. You know, you can click here. You can do this. You can go up like this, and you know, do whatever you guys want. Make it whatever you guys want. Doesn't really matter. However intricate you want to get. I like to do simple because when someone comes to your page, they don't want the image to cover too much of the game. So what I like to do is just a little thing over here where you could put your name, maybe some of your social media events or your pages, social media pages, and that's pretty much it. So what we're going to do now is you have your basic image, you have your logo. We're going to put some social media pictures down. So what I like to do again is I like to go back to Google. We're going to go back up here. We're going to put like Twitter. Okay, we got this Twitter picture. What you want to do is you want to find something with a solid background, something that you can extract without having too much difficulty. So for example, any of these really will work. This one's kind of tough. You see how it's like cracking all over the place? You might get some problems with the little cracks, but that's not what we want. We want something simple. This black one will work really good. This blue one will work really good. But what we're going to use is we're going to use these black ones. You know, I don't know. We're going to change it up a bit. This one already doesn't have a background. That's why it's got the lines through it. This is even better. We're going to copy this image. We're going to go back to Photoshop. We're going to close some of these because we don't need them. No, thank you. No, thank you. We're going to go new. We're going to hit OK. Boom. And you're thinking, oh my god, what the hell's going on? What is going on, actually? I don't know. That one doesn't really work because the black image. Okay, forget that one because it doesn't really work because it's black. So we're gonna use the first one here. This one's even better. Image. We could change the color later. It's no problem. If you do this and you do what I did, and you paste an image over another one, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's too big for this image, this canvas size. So we're just gonna close this. Doesn't matter. We're gonna go new again. Okay. Control V to paste, Control C to copy, guys. So now we got this white and blue. We're gonna take this magic wand tool. We're gonna click the white. We're gonna delete it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna, oh, see how it only did half of it because it can't go past the blue part. We got to do it again over here, and we're gonna have to do it again over here. So now we have just our blue image. I'm happy with it. I think it's really good. We're gonna copy this again, duplicate layer into untitled 1. Okay, now this image should be pretty big, what I thought it was gonna be. You're gonna hold shift, you're gonna move this corner, you're gonna move it all the way down, make it really tiny. Oh, see how I distorted that? Like that. All the way. We're just gonna put in maybe something like that. Why not? Boom. We're gonna right click this, we're gonna go blending options, we're gonna put a little stroke over it, we're gonna make a black stroke to show the difference between the picture, because you don't want it to blend in and people get lost in your background and your foreground. So we're gonna put a little black image, but it's too thick. I think we're gonna move this down to maybe about a 2. Good. And we could just play with it a little bit more, you know. Okay, got that. That's pretty good. What else can we put? Instagram picture, because people like to check out Instagram logo. This one's very simple. I like it, but we're gonna use this one. We're gonna bring this back into Photoshop. We're gonna close this one because we don't need it anymore. See you later, buddy. We're gonna go new. We're gonna hit OK. We're gonna hit Control V. We're gonna use the magic wand tool again. We're gonna take out all the white. It's gone. We're gonna just unclick this eye. This eye means you can see it or you can't see it. So that's why every time I delete the background layer, like, Anth, why do I keep seeing white? That's because it goes through the background layer. So if you've never used Photoshop, it works on layers, guys. So if you have a layer 1, for example, and it's above the background image, so it's above it, that means it's gonna show on top of whatever's underneath it. But if we move it, for example, underneath layer 0, it'll disappear. So now layer 0 is over top of layer 1. But that doesn't matter because we're only going to duplicate layer 1 back to untitled 1. We're going to take that, boom, it's our layer 5. It's massive. That's what I thought it was going to be too, because it's a huge image, it's clip art. We're going to just downscale this again. And what we want to do is we kind of want to match our Twitter image, because if we don't, it's going to look funny. So this is kind of pretty good, you know. We're going to move it somewhere in the center, on the same plane. Good right there. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a stroke to it. The stroke, we got to remember to make it also number 2 because it changes. We have to make everything symmetrical, all the same. So now we got our Twitter. We got our Instagram. And what you could do is you could take this this tool, which is your writing. You could put whatever, say your name is the Black Cat. Sorry, what's going on here? Fine. Say your name is the Black Cat. Fine. Okay, we're going to downscale this a little bit. Oh, I hit the wrong side. Sorry. I'm going to drag it over here. That looks pretty good. We're also going to put a stroke on this. I like putting strokes on everything just because it like distinguishes it. It just makes it that boom. It just gives it that oomph that you need sometimes. We're going to leave it black. I really like it black like that. You can even download new fonts, guys. It's not a problem. You just go to like Google Font or the Font, I think is another site, and you just download it. You copy the file into your font folder, and it should appear in Photoshop. You could change it. So, but for now, we're gonna leave that. So say and then you know what you just type another thing like over here. Say you have a Twitter. Say it's the, whatever. Say it's the, I don't know, cat Twitter. Cat tweet. I'm gonna leave it white as well. We're gonna change the grabbing the side of it. You want to grab the corner because if you grab the side, it only adjusts horizontally, right? But if you grab this here, the corner, it's vertically and horizontal. Way smaller. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up middle with this red outline here. Also going to add another stroke to it. I feel like it's a little too big, so we're going to make it smaller. The same thing goes with the Instagram. That's pretty much how you guys do it. All you got to remember is if you ever make an overlay, you have to have no background, because when we save it, we have to save it as a PNG file. And if you save it as anything else, it'll show up with a background, and when you import it to OBS, it'll show with a white background, and it won't work for you, and you're going to kill yourself. So remember, PNG is the file you want to save it under. But you can play with it as much as you want. You can go up. You could do the bottom like that. You can do, you know what, if you don't like the bottom, you could do a top. So we could do something like at the top here. Like, let's just play around here to show a little more. So we're going to go to the center line like this. We're going to dip right on the, oh, what the hell? Control Z to undo. We're going to have to put more of an angle on it. Okay. Something like that. Remember to make it symmetrical, guys. We're going to do something like that. We could do the same thing. If you guys want the top, it doesn't really matter. Remember to fill path, but like, let's just change the color. Let's do a red instead, okay? We're going to do a red. We're going to fill the path. Where is it? We're going to fill this. Okay, you know what? Forget it. We're going to do it again because for some reason it didn't work. That, something like that, something like that, something like this. Doesn't really matter. Oh, see how we didn't make it symmetrical, guys, and it like kind of looks weird. I want it symmetrical. I'm going to fill the path. Oh, maybe because we already have one path. Oh, I know why. Okay, we're going to have to create a new layer, I think. Layer 7. And we're going to have to fill the path on layer 7. That's why. So what you want to do is you're going to want to create a new layer, and then you're going to fill the path with whatever color you want. Color, we're going to do a red. Okay, boom. We're going to delete the path because we don't need it anymore. It's getting in our way. We're going to give it another stroke because I think that's the best. We're going to leave it a black stroke. And we're going to put an inner shadow. I like doing the inner shadow. Why not? We're going to change. You could do whatever you want, guys. Whatever you want. So that's pretty much it. But what you're going to want to do, this is the most important part, guys, is after it's all done, you're going to go to File, you're going to go Save As, okay? You're going to change the format right here to PNG right here. Boom, you're going to click that, title it whatever you want, you're going to hit Save. This option is going to come up. You don't have to change the top part. I like to leave it on slowest, but what you have to change is the bottom part. You're going to have to click the bottom one, the interlaced, and you're going to hit OK, and that's all it takes. So then what happens is, we're going to close this, is if we have that image saved, we're going to go back to OBS right here. We're going to create, say just, I don't know. You have this, and you want to bring it into your image now, right? Preview stream, doesn't really matter. We have nothing, it's black, that's exactly the thing. We're going to add an image. Call it whatever you want. I'll call it an overlay. We're going to browse for that image. Where is it now? It's this one right here. We're going to, okay. We're going to right click on the screen. Hold on, we're going to right click on overlay, sorry. Position and size. Fit to screen. You're done. There's your overlay, guys. Easy as pie, guys, like that. Something Now you have the black image. The black image is your game. If you have a camera, you can put the camera anywhere. You can even take a screenshot. What I would suggest is if you have a camera and you want to outline the camera, say because you don't have a green screen or something, you take a screenshot of your image to see where your camera is and you trace it over with the pen tool. But that is it, guys. It's very, very simple. And that's all it takes to do an overlay. And you could do whatever you want. You could do sides, you could do the bottom or the top like I've done. You could do just the outline of your camera and have like something coming off of it, like your social media, stuff like that. But it's very, very simple, guys. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. I hope it helps. You know, if you can't get your hands on Photoshop, get your hands on something similar, because like I feel like Photoshop is the dominant player in image creating or you know, editing, anything like that. It's the best. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to comment and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, just write them below and I'll get back to anybody who writes them. Thanks, guys, for watching, and take care.